Principe. I am not a doctor, but I will try and play one on TV. That's because ever since Saturday night, people everywhere have been asking me and others, how is Taylor Hall? There goes Barry Trotz. He probably wants to know how Taylor Hall is. And I can tell you this, Barry. I can't tell you anything. I know his heart's fine. If I put this here, it's good. Taylor Hall, good chicken. Robin knows if I put this over here, it's going to get a bit of a problem. And it started Saturday night. I tell you what, this is a huge hit on the part of Ryan Wilson. Even he looked back to see what was going on.
What's going on? I know what was going on. The crowd! They are cheering for the 2006 Western champions. The Edmonton Oilers for the whole time.
How much longer will it be out? Dr. Principe, I've got to give you the MRI results, but I don't have them. That's the problem. What I can tell you is condition lately was very good. He had struggled earlier in the year, was very frustrated. But look at him lately, right alongside RNH, as well as
Let's go, Oilers.
No idea you got.
Going up is Kevin Quinn and Louis DeBrusque for the Stanley Cup Final, the Conference Final, and others. Mark Lee and Kelly Rudy. Just 1 year before the 60th anniversary of HNIC. Tonight in Edmonton.
No idea.
Here, the 2012 Conference Final intros. Here's Mark Lee.
No idea you goals scored in large hockey. Volume increased 35%.
2012 NHL Stanley Cup Conference Final between the Nashville Predators and your Edmonton Oilers. Ladies and gentlemen, here tonight's pre-game skater.
Goals scored in large hockey arena with large crowd. Speed is one great image.
Hockey fans, welcome to the game tonight between the Nashville Predators and your Edmonton Oilers. 2006 was the year the Edmonton Oilers are not Stanley Cup champions. 25 years ago, the Edmonton Oilers of 1987 won the Stanley Cup against the Philadelphia Flyers. Ladies and gentlemen, hockey fans across the hockey world, please welcome for an honorary captain, Wayne Gretzky. Honorary captain for the Oilers, 2006, Chris Pronger. And Porter, and Edmonton Oilers captain Sean Horcock to present the ceremonial face-off. Thank you. Thank you, Preston and Fargo. Let's hope we enjoy Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Conference Final tonight. Thank you, Rexall.
You keep goal scored in live hockey arena with live crowd reaction YouTube.
Back by popular demand.
And welcome Mr. Paul Wario to sing tonight's national anthem.
Let's go!
He's been yes, button all +1.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' ready glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
No evidence, people.
Sailors that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of that race.
No evidence you members fully members.
And now, joining Paul Oriole, would you please sing along with Edmonton Oilers organist Gordon Grafton.
Canada,
Smith with a...
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Trevor
Will win it.
Brought to you by Telus, the future is friendly. By Molson Canadian, made from Canada. By Ford, Driver. By the Rexall family of pharmacies. By ATB Financial, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. And by Synovus Energy, new ideas, new approaches.
Well, it was the Stanley Cup Conference Final between the Predators and the Oilers. It's been 6 years.
Premium blend coffee. It's always
The Oilers
it's tenders. One
to
million dollars
the conference final. And
Nashville.
until now,
The starting goaltenders. One million dollars. Blend coffee. Nashville Predators. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. One million dollars by Tim Hortons. Premium blend coffee. It's always 20 minutes fresh. 6 of Nikolai Having
2006
wins have come here
in a
at
year
Rexall.
for Chris Pronger.
6 of Nikolai
And now
Having
it's
9
Nikolai
wins have come
Having
here at Rexall.
here in
Including
Rexall
October 17th,
after
when he faced just 12 shots
of
in beating
the-
the
of the
Predators. At
conference
the other end,
final.
23-year-old Anders faced just 12 shots in beating the Predators. At the other end, 23-year-old Anders Lindback came on in beating the Predators. Last Tuesday, in the loss to the Oilers, it's just his second start of the year.
At the semifinal
With a
round.
6'6" netminder. His only other start
So,
against
Game
the Los
7
Angeles
is
Kings
a
way
tough
back
ride.
on November the 8th. The Oilers
They
back
win.
home. After a 4-game road
it
trip,
was-
this is the start of a
there was no
6-game
overtime.
homestand for them. And as we said off the top, no Taylor
for the
Hall. It is
conference
Memphis
final.
Bjarman who gets
Taylor
the
Hall
opportunity to
is
play
here.
on the line with Alex Hemsky
Ryan
and John
Suder
Horkoff.
with
An
12
opportunity
goals
that
and
includes starting
13
this hockey.
assists.
Ladislav
Away
Schmid
we go.
and Tom Tiller on the blue line is leg one.
Conference final. The Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers for the first time in their franchise year.
Boston beats it.
Fans chant, "Let's go Oilers!" after 2006 Stanley Cup run against the Carolina Hurricanes.
Also played
The
second.
Oilers have won the 2006 conference finals. They will do it again this time.
Off the boards, looking for Magnus Bjarman. Bjarman chips it in. And both teams want to make changes. And Nugent Hopkins, Jordan Eberle and Ryan Smith out there now. Colton Truber and Theo pick up on the blue line. Scotty Wheeler handles it around the boards. However,
Volume connected. Volume search button.
he and
Search
Ryan
combo.
Suder are back together. In the warm-up, Louis, they're apart. Doesn't take long to go back. It's 20-6 all the way.
We saw a little shuffling in the last matchup between these two teams as well for Barry Trotz, trying to separate them, get some depth in the D-cords for them. Francois Bouillon out with a growing strain again. So they've been depleted there and have a couple of youngsters back there for Edmonton. Maybe the challenge is trying to get on them early.
Finish the conference final.
It's
them.
Fisher, and here comes
Here's
Ryan
now.
Suder. Play it around the boards. And the Raptors able to get it out. This is their 6th game against the Northwest Division. They are 1-4. Their only victory is in
Conference final.
That game was in
It's the Lakers conference final. Let's see if the Predators or the Oilers start at the final.
It's the middle for them, basically, of a 5-game road trip. This is game 3. They will be in Calgary tomorrow night.
For the next 2
Sam
days.
Gagner running the
It's
rest
game
of a
2.
3-game point streak. All starts intended for Jones. He had a goal and an assist in Colorado. Eric Belanger across the line. Belanger dishes for Gagner. And Gagner takes a bump there from Blum. The puck comes free. Jones going after it. Jones trying to keep it in. It does. Gets it to Gagner. Gagner to Belanger. Belanger trying to return the favor. But Roman Josi is playing in just his 2nd National Hockey League game.
No item in view. Here search query button. Here search query button. Heading level 1. Welcome to generic.
The call there is the
Welcome system
interference
invited.
with Sam Gagner, but the reason why Yossi
Next
wasn't
button
called
alt.
kept
Back
his
button
feet
alt.
moving
Next
on the
back
play.
button.
Ladislav
Next
Schmid,
button
that
back.
goal
Heading
scorer.
level 1. System invited. Go to narrator home button alt. Start over button. Resume guide. Go to narrator home button alt. Start over.
Latrell
Go to narrative home button all day. Resume guide button all bar. Go to narrative home button. Heading level 1. System menu item. Minimize button all head. No item in view. Gear search query button.
Lander plays it behind the net. Here's Hornacek. Gets by him.
Surge completed expanded.
Trail right on it to Hornacek. He's got Lander out in front. Darcy Hornacek trying to beat him the puck. Couldn't do it.
2011.
But a good shift for the fourth line.
1. 2012.
And offside is the call at the
Toronto Maple Leafs
Nashville blue line. Give us an opportunity to take a look at the keys to the game. They're brought to you by Ford.
Search with
For
your
the
voice
Nashville
button.
Predators, losers of 4, they have to get back to their identity. It was Ryan Suder who spoke up and said, we play fast, hard, aggressive hockey for the 7 years that he's been there.
We'd like to have item 7.
And they've gotten a little bit away from that. They have to get back to that identity if they want to be successful. If the Edmonton Oilers jump early, you've seen it already. Pucks deep, establishing a forecheck last Tuesday in Nashville.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Just that, and got out to the 3-0 lead.
Search button.
And took
Nutmeg. Seek sliders.
out of the
YouTube video.
contest. And there's an opportunity right out in front
Volume
for
decrease.
Iraq.
Volume
He
decrease.
was stopped by Javi Bullen, and here's PRB. PRB down the right side, trying to get by Jack Hillen. Plays it behind the net, looking for Horkop. Got by him, but Ales Hemsky will get to it. Ales Hemsky takes a bump from Legwan. And the Predators able to get it out, but Hemsky returns the favor, and he knocked Legwan down. Another hit, it's done by Theo Peckham. Martin Iraq. Iraq with 5 goals on the season. Back to Fiori looking for his first crisscross. That one goes wide. Kostitsa. He's moving in with Hornquist. Hornquist behind the net. Lays it back to Sergei Kostitsa. Return feed gets by him, and there's Ryan Whitney. He is pinned by Hornquist, getting a little help from Smith as that stays alive in the corner. And now it comes out to Everly. Quick pass to Jeff Beecher. Beecher across the blue line. This centering feed just cut off there by Shea Weber, who will play it off the glass. And that puck goes out of play. Petrie across the blue line. This centering feed just cut off there by Shea Weber, who will play it off the glass.
Jeff Petrie.
Petrie.
Quick pace early on was what we expected.
For Jeff Petrie.
Quick pace early on was what we expected.
No item in view. Voice mode.
Quick pace early on was what we expected here for the Nashville Predators. They're a quick team that like to try and counterattack, lock things up in the neutral zone, and they do establish that forecheck when they do have the opportunity. For Edmonton, they're going to have to do the same thing as well, and I think the team that can kind of dictate that early on,
No item.
the team that gets the better chances, a quick chance out front.
No item in view.
As
Voice
the
mode.
puck came right out to him on that forecheck.
No item in view. YouTube video player.
Why Hattie Bullen?
No item in view. Voice mode.
Really safe.
With 6 points in his last 6 games. Gilbert to Jones off the boards, neatly to Gagne, but he was stripped of that puck. Craig Smith. Smith after the blue line on the right. Gagne to Jones. Jones plays it towards the net, gets the puck. Here comes Lindback. Lindback. Head down the team.
Well, Kevin, time to play Safeway's $1 million score in the win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Mr. Monson of Camrose could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway, and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
The Oilers, a 7-2-1 record here at Rexall Place. That is 9th best in the league. 4-1, and a good shift the last time they're out there. Lister dumps it in. He is with Smith and Jeffrey. Jeffrey on a healthy stretch the last 4 games, so you can't blame the losing streak on number 5.
Former Hobie Baker winner in 2010 with the Wisconsin Badgers, and he's one of those players that has the offensive upside. He's a big body. He just hasn't been able to run awkwardly there into the boards, but hasn't been in the last 4 games. So he's going to have a little extra jump in the strike tonight.
Have a goal in his last 27 games. Jones moving in with number 5, lets a shot go instead. Javi Bullen the save, the rebound is picked up there by Theo Peckham. Theo Peckham, Leonard Petrell. Well, backhanded down the ice, and Kevin Klein will go back to get it. The Predators with 2 shots, the Oilers looking for their first. Nashville outshot 25-8 in the first period. That loss to the Red Wings on Saturday. Ales Hemsky, 3 points in his last 3 games. Hillen. Pass intended for Iraq. Cut off. BRB to Horkoff. And a return feed went off the skate of Hillen. Miroslav Schmid on the near side. Schmid. Check. There by Hornqvist.
By Horkoff. Kind of tangled up a little bit there. I think just a little too close and almost created a jet.
Hetsky. And offside is the call as Ryan
Horkoff. Kind of tangled up a little bit there. I think
No idea.
just a little too close and almost created a jet.
He scores! Ryan Smith! First goal of 5 games. 2-0 Edmonton here in Game 1 of the conference final.
As Ryan Smith was offside is the call as Ryan Smith was teamed up with Repair.
Once again teamed up with the Rexall family of pharmacies to create the 2011-12 This is Oil Country Team Calendar. On sale for $5.99 at all Rexall family of pharmacy locations across the oil country, with proceeds benefiting local charitable organizations through Rexall Foundation. Now the Edmonton Community Foundation as well, and
To go here. Games is Skeets. Offside is the call as Ryan Smith.
Call
Was
Ryan Smith
Blake Jeffrey
is back
let
to
out
goal
for 4
scoring
games
and
is
is his
Skeets.
third season
Need a little
of the
repair.
playoffs.
once again teamed up with the Rexall family of pharmacies to create the 2011-12 This is Oil Country Team Calendar. On sale for $5.99 at all Rexall family of pharmacy locations across the oil country, with proceeds benefiting local charitable organizations through Rexall Foundation. Now the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation as well, and of course the NHLPA Goals and Drinks Fund.
13:39 to go here in the first period. The Oilers still looking for their
Oilers
shots on goal.
2 goals
Predators
in
had
4
just
minutes
2.
and 30 seconds.
So both goalies still to get warm. Hornqvist, a long shot, and that gets deflected by Whitney's stick up into the netting.
Well, we talked about Patrick Hornqvist in the opening, and for him, 30 goals 2 years ago, backed it up with 21 last year and 48 points. And he's been on a real high-total season this year. Started off with 0 points in the first 7, then went 11 points in the middle 7, and the last 7 bonus points again. So the Nashville Predators hoping they won't break out of that and find that scoring touch once again, because he is that type of a player that's streaky and he's hot in the room.
Lost an edge there. Battles with Nugent Hopkins for the puck. Gets a little help from Ryan Smith. Trying to get it out, but they can't do it. Now an intercept by Edmonton with Smith. Backhanded in. That puck is rolling towards Woodley. Pulled away by Weber. Right to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins spins. Nice move to get away from Fisher. Everett behind the net. Walks out in front. Takes a shot. Hits her net. Goes upstairs and scores. Jordan Hopkins. Hopkins spins. Nice move to get away from Fisher. Everett behind the net. Walks out in front. Takes a shot. Hits her net. Goes upstairs and scores. Jordan Everly. Gets the second chance.
3-0 Oilers. It's his 16th goal of the postseason.
Oilers, it's 1-0.
Well, you said it, Kevin. That gives him 11 points now in 6 games for Jordan Everly. And what a play by Nugent Hopkins to delay and set this all up. A little spin around. Leaves Fisher in the dust, and that kind of gives him time to find Everly. Look at the poise on Everly. Walking out, finds his own rebound, tucks it upstairs on the 6'5" netminder to make it a 1-0 lead. Edmonton, we talked about how important the start was for the Oilers against Nashville, losers on the 6'5" netminder to make it a 1-0 lead. Edmonton, we talked about how important the start was for the Oilers against Nashville, losers of the last 4, and they get on the board early.
His 6th career game against Nashville. He now has 5 goals. 7:07 the time of the goal. Ryan Nugent Hopkins gets his 15th assist and 25th point of the year. Wow. Out in front for Jordan Tutu. Couldn't get the shot away. Belanger was there. Ryan Jones to Belanger. Lost his stick, but Gagne is going to touch it, but that puck was gloved ahead by Belanger. Well, our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Sunripe Juice, is Leslie Treasure of Sherwood Park, who has won the Lagostina 9-piece cookware set. Thanks to the second effort goal. That is Margaret Holmes. Margaret, you've won the Husqvarna lawnmower. Congratulations on the second effort goal.
YouTube video player group.
By well, our next score. Out in front for Jordan Tutu. Couldn't get the shot away. Belanger was there. Ryan Jones to Belanger. Lost his stick, but Gagne is going to touch it, but that puck was gloved ahead by Belanger. Well, our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Sunripe Juice, is Leslie Treasure of Sherwood Park, who has won the Lagostina 9-piece cookware set. Thanks to the second effort goal. That is Margaret Holmes. Margaret, you've won the Husqvarna lawnmower. Congratulations on the second effort goal by Jordan Eberle.
A little discussion on the bench with Tom Rennie, and it's one of those things that they do. They interact a lot and break down a lot of their shifts, and constant feedback from the coaching staff of Edmonton trying to keep guys accountable for Jordan Eberle. I think that Tom Rennie is giving him a couple insights to make him an even better player, but he's been playing pretty red hot for the Oilers as of late.
And the Oilers have been hot in the first period against this Nashville team. They scored 3 goals in the first the last time they met. Gilbert keeps it in and gets by Hornacek. Having the lead as well allows Tom Rennie to roll all 4 lines, and that 4th line has been carrying its own weight. Hornacek with a hit on Jack Hiller. Wilson tied up there by Peckham. Horkoff comes back into the zone and picks it up. Now he'll feed Alish Hemsky. Hemsky with BRB. Hemsky being watched there by Weber, gives him a bump. And a penalty on the way. And Shea Weber's going to head to the box, and the Oilers are going to get the power play as they try and keep this momentum going.
6'4", 234-pound Shea Weber, and a little frustration setting in here. And a little stand-up by Alish Hemsky. Doesn't expect the hit coming, almost knocks Weber down. But when he comes back through, you can see the glove come right up into the face of Alish Hemsky. So a little message being sent by him, and that's what makes Shea Weber such a valuable defenseman, as he can play that physical brand. He intimidates, and he has that cannon from the blue line. Just gets a little too aggressive there on the Oilers. Hemsky, and the head to the box for 2.
The Oilers 3 for 9 against Nashville in the season series. They score for the first time tonight.
11 power play goals.
Number 1 power play at home. Each postseason, 13 of their 20 goals have come right here at Rexall. Horkoff got Smith out in front. Nugent Hopkins tries to get it to him, and instead it's the Spawn will send it down the ice. Nashville, the 12th best penalty killers. And they are the 8th best on the road. Gilbert, Nugent Hopkins to Jordan Eberle. Eberle drops it back. Gilbert races over to keep it in. Now it's picked up by Suder, and he will fire it the length of the ice. The Oilers with just 1 shot, but that shot by Jordan Eberle found the back of the net. Aaron Papas will end up coming back down into Oilers territory. The Oilers are making changes. Gilbert bounced it off right in front of the bench.
A little mix-up there on the bench, and the line changes. The players are trying to shuffle and get on. So a good job by Eberle not to play that puck, as it would have been too many men on the ice. Lets it go by, takes the icing, and a little confusion for Edmonton. And that's one of the things the penalty kill of Nashville, very disciplined, very positional for Edmonton. They can keep their bodies moving to find those open lanes and spaces left behind. The tight penalty killing at Nashville.
A minute left to go, and the penalty to Weber. The end of this series. Blood will get there first. Later in the board, Suder gets on the power play. Jones lays it back to Whitney in the hole. Hemsky looking for Belanger. It was tipped away by Fisher and down the ice. Belanger, Whitney, Hemsky, Gagne, and Jones. Second unit power play for the Oilers as here comes Gagne. And offside, second unit power play for the Oilers as here comes Gagne. Offside, second unit power play for the Oilers as here comes Gagne.
Weber comes on his foot, scores! Shea Weber. The Oilers took the lead here in Game 1. It's now a 3-1 game.
Very strong blue line there as the Oilers held up a little bit more than they wanted to be. Nashville being very aggressive on the defensive line, and early on the You can see Edmonton getting pucks in behind, getting in those foot races and getting pucks back. And when you have a bunch of guys with speed, a little attempt there to a puck possession entry didn't work out because they forced the offside.
Will take the draw. He has taken a lot of draws this year. In fact, he is 8th most. Came in with 442 times on the dot. Gilbert will give it to Nugent Hopkins. He'll slip it into the corner. Jeffrey gets there first. Around the boards it comes. Gilbert, quick pass to Horkoff. Horkoff takes a look. Traffic in front provided by Ryan Smith. Horkoff off the board, back for Everly. Up top to Gilbert. Nugent Hopkins takes his time. Gets double teamed as he delivers it down low for Horkoff. Penalty is over. Weber's back on the ice. And Jeffrey has the puck. Behind to send in Kevin Klein. Klein.
With a power
Weak shot. Stopped by Gilbert.
Predators.
Cleared for Horkoff. The Oilers did not get a shot on that power play. Yossi. Checked by Jones. Falling 2-2. And Smith, the forward line now for the Nashville Predators with 8:40 to go here. In the first period, just 3 total shots
of the 2012 conference final match.
Schmid. Through the middle for Gagne. For Spaulding, he is checked by Petrie. And it's picked up by Tutu. Jordan Tutu with a backhand that goes off Jeff Petrie and into the netting. Jordan Everly celebrates his 8th goal of the season.
After the 3 goals of the first period in 5 minutes.
And into the netting.
The Oilers with a 3-1 lead.
Goal of the season. The Oilers celebrate a 1-0 lead.
Edmonton Oilers 20.
Blocked shots took a shot that wasn't blocked on Saturday. Ladislav Schmid had gone 125 games without a goal December 5th of 2009 against Dallas until that. Now 5 goals in 341 NHL games, and maybe it's because he treats the sticks right. A little baby powder on the end of the stick to give him a bit of a better handle, and it certainly worked on Saturday. And I'm sure after that goal against Colorado that he slept like a baby.
Said it was a big weight off his shoulders. He's
3-1 Predators.
And the Predators putting on some pressure.
Stanley Cup Conference Final.
Checked by Schmid. He wrapped. Knocked down. Gets right back up again.
Western Conference Final.
He finds an open wing. Alex Hemsky going after it against Suder. Suder and Weber out there against the Horkoff line. Look at Sean Horkoff on the steal. Gets it to Bjarby. Bjarby shot. And Lindback the save, and he'll cover up.
Real nice pressure here by Edmonton and just staying on loose puck. Sean Horkoff closes the gap, and for Wilson doesn't have a whole lot of space to make a play in because Horkoff is already on him. Magnus Bjarby getting a chance on this line with Taylor Hall being out, using his speed already a couple times tonight, driving wide, getting that shot through, and kind of bounced around off both pads of Lindback. And you know he'd like that one to slither through, but a good job by him to drive wide and create that chance.
Hopkins wins the draw to Petrie. A shot that hits the side of the net. Jeffrey on. At the stick from Kostitsin. A broken stick lies out there, and it's Kostitsin without his. He'll have to go to the bench. He does get one as Fisher gives it to Weber. Now to Kostitsin. Kostitsin centering pass for Weber, and that's deflected wide. Weber will play it back to Fisher. Mike Fisher. Now to Kostitsin. Fisher hammers that shot, and it goes wide. Picked up by Suder on the far side. His wrist shot deflects into the corner, and that allows Whitney to get it. Played along the wing, looking for Ryan Smith. Smith with Everly in front. Out in front for Everly. Stopped by Lindback. Holden Cooper keeps it in for Smith.
The Oilers. It's a chance to make it 4-1.
He's going to have that mini stick night every night. Gagne digging for that loose puck. It comes to Weber. Weber plays it off the boards. Cooper there to try and keep it in. Then he lost it in. Went heavily into the boards. And right back up. And it's Malonzo giving it to Jones. Jones cross ice. Too many white players. And it is Spaulding playing it off the boards for Smith. Smith. And into the middle. Pick up. Hammers that pass right back for Malonzo inside the blue line. He lost it 2-2. Stop back for Nashville. Jordan Tutu goes up on Suder. Suder gives him a shot. Tutu trying to cut through it. Still has has it to Smith. Smith with a wrist shot. That is blocked by Theo Peckham. Jones can't get it out. 2-2 shot steered aside by Abby Bullock. Comes to Smalling. He'll let it go. Tipped by Smith wide. Smith for 2-2. Off the end of his stick. The Oilers get it out. Nick Jones chips it. Goes after it against Yossi. Lindback has to come out and play it. Now for Lander. He'll play it back for Schmid. Schmid splits Jones and Gagne with that pass. Now icing. 5:46 to go here in the first period. The shots
Game one of the Western Conference final.
Yeah, very low shooting game, and that's one of the things when you look at Anders Lindback. This is only his fourth appearance in a game this year for the Nashville Predators, only his second start. So for Edmonton, they're going to have to find a way to get some more on him. And for Nashville, they haven't been able to find the net too often with only 2 shots on net. So very low shooting first period here for Edmonton. A couple chances there to get pucks deep, turn pucks over. You give Nashville opportunities, they will come back, and that works both ways in this game. It's going to be that type of a game, though. The turnovers, the transitions, and capitalizing those opportunities for the respective teams.
Weber plays it off the boards, looking for Wilson. Bounces to Whitten. He'll play it for Viarbi. Pushes it to Petrie, round the boards, kept in. Wilson with it now. Wilson takes a look, goes in deep, back to the point, and there's a great save by Abby Bullock. The shot from Ryan Suder. Killed it. Trying to keep it in. Magnus Viarbi ties up with Ebrad. Petrie bumped into Wilson. Thrown on net, deflected by Heskey into the corner. Wilson lost it to Viarbi. Viarbi quickly to Horkoff. Horkoff with Heskey catching up. Viarbi's joined as well. Alex Heskey takes a bump there from Wilson. Fisher comes off the bench. Heskey, though, ends up with the puck and he'll play it back to Theo Beck. Horkoff takes a look. The Oilers making changes. Pass for Smith didn't connect. Jonathan Blum will touch it, and that's going to be icing.
Giles! Oh, yeah! Let's go! Let's do this!
Get your game on with Sports Select.
A couple great chances at both ends, and this one here for Suter. He gets it away quickly through traffic, cross green. Nikolai Hattie has to come up with a terrific blocker save, and then Ryan Smith just battles his way through, gets it to the net. Great job by Jordan Eberle to stick on that last one. Keep tight, close chance, and Lindback has to stack the pad, so the chances that have happened for both sides have been pretty high quality ones.
And now we've got 4 minutes to go in this first period as Hornquist up the middle tries to split the defense. Abby Bullock plays it around the boards. Theo Peckham waiting for it there. A bouncing puck is kept in. Kostitsin. He had Fisher alone in front. Eberle chips it. He'll go after it against Suder. Suder and Weber. The defensive pairing, Ryan Smith just couldn't get that puck to his stick. Right at the side of the net. Kostitsin plays it off the boards. Now he'll just get over the red line. Shooter Dane wants to make a change. Schmid with some room. Jones. Yossi gets there ahead of Gagne. Plays it to his partner Blum. Jordan Tutu with it down the near side. Locks it to Belanger. Belanger looking for Jones. Ryan Jones right through the blue paint. And that gets all the way by Schmid. He's in a foot race now with Greg Smith. Plays it off the boards. Gilbert, smart little play to tip it to Jones. Jones to an open wing. Ryan Jones. 11 points on the season. Neither of them come even strength.
Western Conference Finals debut.
And it is Ryan Smith who leads in that department. Is second in the league. He's got 20 even strength points. 2-2 shot. Stopped by Abby Bullock. Jeffrey-On looking for the rebound. Here's Jeffrey-On, and Lander got a stick in the way of that and sent it up into the netting. It's Telus Oilers hockey right here. And sent it up into the netting. It's Telus. And Lander got a stick in the way of that and sent it up into the netting. It's Telus Oilers hockey right here. Way of that. And sent it up into the netting. Telus Oilers hockey right here on Hockey Night in Canada.
This little gaffer that he was on Oilers jersey. If he joins the Edmonton Oilers Kids Club, it's back for only $20. Members will receive Kids Club merchandise and get exclusive access to monthly prizes. Sign up now at edmontonoilers.com/kids club.
2:32 the time left in this first period. The face-off
of game
Klein.
1 of the
Jerry
Western
Smithson gets it back to
Conference
him. Kevin Klein throws it off the boards. Alice Chuck standing at the
6
side.
years.
Picked by Petrie.
Of
Shot whistles wide.
conference
Off the
final
stick
drought.
of Jared Smithson and gets deflected up into the netting and out of play.
Good pressure by Montreal there to get a stick in that lane.
Looking forward.
And deflect out on the inside. So both teams.
He had 30 shots thrown his way in that one start against the LA Kings. Give up 4 goals.
Well, being the backup to one of the busiest goaltenders in the National Hockey League, he says he faces a lot in practice. He's always the guy out there doing extra, so he's used to about 1,000, 1,500 a day. So this is a pretty easy load for him.
The Army given up there by Legwan, a centering pass. Back to the point, Weber's shot goes wide. Wilson, Legwan, and Erat putting on the pressure right now. Martin Erat with the puck. They're calling Wilson in the corner, being watched by Schmid. Erat walks out of the corner. Wilson with Legwan hovering in front. Erat snaps a shot. Great save. Here's Legwan. Legwan giving it to Erat. Back to the point. Weber and Suder on the blue line. And Suder plays it around the boards. Weber waiting for it there. Magnus Bjarvi will play it out and get it to center as the Nashville Predators want to make a change. Hornquist brings it in. He'll take a shot that goes wide. Nugent Hopkins spins away from the hit, gets it to Smith. Smith with Everly. A weak shot steered aside by Lindback. Smith tied up there by Weber behind the net. Nugent Hopkins comes and gets it, plays it back to the point. Bolts to Nugent Hopkins, throws it towards the net. Everly got knocked down as Fisher to Kostitsin. Kostitsin to Hornquist. He's given a bump there by Theo Peckham. And the puck comes free and is picked up by Smith with Nugent Hopkins headed to the front of the net. Ryan Smith bring past it. Everly moving in. Couldn't get the shot away.
Couldn't make this shot away.
And he's behind the net, tied up by Hillen. Nugent Hopkins with it now. 30 seconds left to go in the period.
Half a minute left to go in the
tied up by
first.
Klein. Ryan
Game
Smith
1
leaves it in the corner. Jack
of the
Hillen will pick it
Stanley
up.
Cup
Hillen.
Conference
Keep this puck out.
Western Conference Final.
He'll get it to
It's the Predators
Kostitsin.
and the
Bounces it
Oilers.
in. Back to pick it up with time is Theo Peckham. As
his
one
first
last rush.
playoff
Theo
goal.
Peckham works his way to center, shoots the puck in, Lindback slows it down for Ryan Suder, checked by Belongia. And that will do it for the first period. And the Oilers have the lead.
Oilers 3-1 lead.
Ready to sell?
After the
Has
goals
the lead.
by Petrie,
And that will
Smith,
do it for the
and Hall.
Ready,
The
Ryan
Oilers
Smith
have the lead.
gets 1 and 2.
ready to sell? RE/MAX agents have the experience to get the job done in today's market. Visit remax.ca today.
Neither one of the goaltenders very busy. 6 shots for the Preds, 4 for the Oilers. But the Oilers have the 1 goal. Darren Millard is manning it. Back to the studio. Take it away.
Take it away.
Well,
Ron
Darren Millard
McLean
is manning it.
and the
Back to
panel.
the studio.
Did so on the part of the Edmonton Oilers as they lead by 1-1 against Nashville. And as they get set to head out for period number 2, we will still look back at the opening 20 minutes to tell you a little bit about how it went here.
2006
Mark Spector, and in the pregame we discussed
final.
Magnus Bjarvi and how he would do, and how did he do in his first period on a top 6 unit.
Playing on a line with Sean Horkoff and Alex Hemsky, and we saw Magnus Bjarvi take more runs at the opposition net in that 20 minutes, I think, Gino, than we'd seen in several games before. He just fits well playing with, makes some plays. Where he battles is the spots along his defensive zone, but at this end of the rink, he fits. You'll see Shea Weber backing off a little bit there.
5:03 of ice time for Magnus Bjarvi. Multiply that by 3, and even I can figure out that's 15 minutes or more, which is more of what he's accustomed to. So Magnus Bjarvi may have to face a guy you mentioned, Shea Weber, again. Shea Weber is one of the top defensemen in the league, but where does he sit and or stand when it comes to being a Predator?
Well, he is a restricted free agent at the end of this year. He makes $7.5 million. Now, I spoke to Nashville general manager David Poyle today. He said his priority, of course, is to first sign Ryan Suder, who's a UFA. Then he's got to sign this big guy here, Shea Weber, the best tandem in the game of hockey today, that tandem. The Edmonton Oilers would love to get their hands on a Shea Weber as a free agent.
Now, at $7.5 million, we'll have to wait and see what happens to Shea Weber, not only this summer, but over the next 2 periods of play. With that, Let's join Blue and Kevin once again.
All right, gentlemen, thanks very much. I wonder if there's a team that plays in the division. The Motor City team that has a defenseman that's getting on in years. I don't think it's
I think it was way back to 2006.
I wonder if, 5 goes out, 6 comes in. Not many shots in that first period, 10 combined. The Predators outshooting the Oilers 6-4, but the Oilers have the lead as the second period is underway. The guys we're talking about, Magnus PRB, he's out there now, and he is flying with Hemsky and Horkoff.
Let's go, Oilers. Let's see if the Oilers
shaking out in the first period. Of course, for where right now, he and Jack Dillon starting this second period. There is Dillon. He got the only goal in that loss against the Red Wings on Saturday. As Horkoff turns back in his own zone, joins Everly, hops over the boards. Speed, chips it in. Everly will go after it against him. Everly from the corner. He's got to deal with Hornquist as well. It gets the back to Smith. Ryan Smith cutting to the middle, drops it back to the point. Neil Peckham will give it to Everly. Everly turns to get away from Hillen. Drops it back, and a great move there. And Ryan Smith almost poked it home, but he knocked it down with a high Smith stick. And Nugent Hopkins.
Goal scored in large hockey arena with large crowd reaction.
As we take a look, Everly turns to get away from Hillen. Drops it back, and a great move there. And Ryan Smith almost poked it home, but he knocked it
and scores. Oilers cut the lead by 1 goal. It's 3-2 to the starting at the second period.
Down with a high Smith. As we take a look at tonight's net cams are brought to you by LASIK MD, providing you with a 20/20 view of all the action. This is what Anders Lindback saw there from an outstanding rejuvenated Anders Lindback providing you with a 20/20 view of all the action. This is what Anders Lindback saw there from an outstanding rookie and a rejuvenated veteran.
Yeah, and up close and personal. We'll watch the go-go gadget stick, and that's where Nugent Hopkins is so effective in traffic as he's precision-like with that stick, just a little jam, and then Ryan Smith tried to jam it home a little too high of a stick, and it gets whistled down. But those loose pucks up for grabs battles. I don't think there's been one time that Edmonton's got a puck deep in this game, but they haven't retrieved it, created something offensively. And they got away from that in the first period, tried to make pass through the neutral zone, turn pucks over in the offensive blue line, and it didn't go their way. They didn't generate many chances. So I think early on here, you're going to see that puck getting deep and establishing that forecheck early on.
Eric Belanger will line up against Nick Smalling for this draw. He wins it. And Eric Belanger is 10th in the league in face-off wins. And Lindback going to catch that top fly and hang on to him.
They sold him a little bit short, Anders Lindback. I did saying he was only 6'5". He's 6'6". He's the bigger of the two. And Pekka Rinne is 6'5". But
they called him shorty.
Yeah, he's the shorty guy. But we had a good conversation with him last Tuesday in Nashville. Hasn't seen a lot of time this year. Says he's picking up a lot from being the backup to Pekka Rinne. Two big guys that play similar games. So he watches them intently. Games in practice, they bounce things off each one another. And in the future, I think you're going to see him get a little more time.
Uninstall button. Uninstall button.
Did Rinne like?
No. And he's lost his last 4.
No item in view YouTube.
He got 4 goals on 37 shots in that.
No item in view play button.
Did Rinne like?
No. And he's lost his last 4. He got 4 goals on 37 shots in that game against the Red Wings. Belanger fakes the shot. Goes wide on Shane Weber. Weber plays it around the boards, and it gets by Jordan Tutu. And all the way down into Oiler territory, Theo Peckham is going to pick it up there. Being watched by Matt Hallistuck. Drops it back for Colton Tuber. Tuber, long cross-ice pass intended for Hordichuk. Too far for him. Yossi will touch it, and that's going to be icing.
The Oilers trying to capitalize on a little bit of a slow change there by the Nashville Predators. With that stretch pass, just a little bit out of the reach of Darcy Hordichuk, so they'll come back down to the right of Nikolai Habibulin.
And you talked about in between the periods, the amount of time the fourth line has got in that first period, and they're here now.
Yeah, you know, it was a display there by all 4 lines, getting a lot of action over.
It's going to be icing.
Ryan Suder is trying to capitalize on a little bit of a slow change there by the Nashville Predators. With that stretch pass, just a little bit out of the reach of Darcy Hordichuk, so they'll come back down to the right of Nikolai Habibulin.
And you talked about in between the periods, the amount of time the fourth line has gotten in that first period, and they're here now.
Yeah, you know, it was an impressive display there by all four lines, getting a lot of action over 3 minutes for the fourth line for Tom Rooney. So when they play well,
him, Theo Peckham, he will touch it, and that's going to be a pass intended for Hordichuk. Too far, Colton Tuber. Long cross-ice pass intended for Hordichuk. Too far for him.
2-2! Scores! What a move!
Trying to capitalize
the Predators tying this game at 3 during the second period.
Capitalize on a little bit of the slow change there by the Nashville Predators. With that stretch pass, just a little bit out of the reach of Darcy Hordichuk, so they'll come back down to the right of Nikolai Hattie.
And you talked about in between the periods the amount of time the fourth line has gotten in that first period, and they're here now.
Yeah, you know, it was an impressive display there by all four lines, getting a lot of action over 3 minutes for the fourth line for Tom Rooney. So when they play well, they're getting pucks deep and they're being a physical presence. They're going to see more time, and obviously a tough road trip. It's been a tough November for the Edmonton Oilers when you look at the whole package, trying to get more bodies engaged here early on, so that late in the game, if you have to crunch down to a couple of lines or 3, they'll have more energy. So good usage of the whole bench in that first 20 by Edmonton.
Lander, Petrell, and Hordichuk to get the puck in.
Or soccer, or what we call it,
they're going to change and allow the Horkoff line to get out there, along with Schmid. Behind the net it goes. Jonathan Glove plays it along the boards. Chopped at by Kostitsa. Irak gave it away to Hemsky. Gilbert trying to keep it in at the point. Good defensive play there by Bjarne as he was covering up for Gilbert. And then he runs right into Fisher. Schmid for Gilbert. Tom Gilbert. Pass for Schmid. Gets it to Horkoff. Horkoff swept in by Alex Hemsky. Jones going after it. Gets a backhand away. And that goes over top of the net. Hemsky on the far side. Being watched there by Blum. Delivers it back to the point. Whitney behind the net for Belanger. Belanger wins that battle with Yossi. Turns, lets a shot go. It was deflected by Blum. Sharp to make that save. Belanger wins that battle with Yossi. Turns, lets a shot go. It was deflected by Blum. Sharp to make that save.
Well, I had a chance to work with her prior to tonight's game, and you can watch her on Sportsnet. It's fueled by fans as well as Hazel May. Weekdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Sportsnet West.
So we talked about putting pucks to an area. You can get it back. Alex Hemsky with a dump off the wall, and good job by Jones to get there with speed and win that puck race. And not enough of that in the first 20. The Oilers have come out with a little more dedication to doing just that. They've created their opportunities by getting it down low and working it. And those wide-angle shots, you know, pucks from everywhere. We talked about Anders Lindback not playing very much this year. You have to test him out from all angles and see what he's got.
Congratulations to Ryan Jones, his 200th game in the National Hockey League tonight.
Ryan Jones.
And for Magnus Bjarne, his game 100
in playoff history.
Jeffrey on, back to the point. Killen waiting for it there. Shot by Klein, steered outside by Habibulin. Halachuk, Jeffrey on, and Smithson up front now for the Predators. Here's Halachuk trying to wrap around, gets flattened by Petrell. That allows Jeff Petrie to play it off the boards and get it out. Klein turns, quick pass to Jeffrey on. Jeffrey on with Legwand. A wrist shot, and that one goes wide. Legwand picks it up behind the net, tried to center it, but it was cut off there by Magnus Bjarne. Bjarne with some speed across the blue line for Hemsky to Whitney. Looking back for Bjarne, and it was tipped away by Hillen. Hillen has had a good stick.
Tonight he's broken up real key chances. Everly in the first period, that one there for Bjarne.
Erat with it now. Erat centering pass, and that got by Legwand. And with them all the way down into national territory. Weber and Suder back together again. With the Mike Fisher line, Richardson has the puck right now. Colin Wilson across the blue line. Wilson with a wrist shot, and that gets deflected by Gilbert up into the netting.
Pro Hockey Life, the ultimate hockey megastore.
So important, Kevin, when you're under attack, to have people collapsing, being physical down low, making it a tough area to get to. And Leonard Petrell, who's no stranger to laying the body on people, doesn't allow Matt Halachuk to get
in with 34 hits. did not dress against the game against Colorado. Back in the lineup tonight. Nugent Hopkins almost intercepted that pass. Kostitsin pushes it back to Suder. Fisher from the corner against Gilbert. Kostitsin trying to center it, and Happy Bullen cut it off and will cover up.
Good cover up there by Happy Bullen to settle things down. A little block shot in front. Jordan Eberle heads up, almost finds Ryan Smith streaking through the middle. Good job by Ryan Smith to look for that stretch. And knowing that he's under pressure a little bit, Happy Bullen decides to hold on to this one and get the face-off, which is always a smart play. A veteran goaltender settling things down. There's a little bit of pressure from the opposition. Clear some heads.
2-2 winds up and fires a shot. A rebound in front for Smith. And look at Happy Bullen stretch out to make things up and fires a shot. A rebound in front for Smith. And look at Happy Bullen stretch. 2 winds up and fires a shot. A rebound in front for Smith. And look at Happy Bullen stretch out to make that save. And then all kinds of activity.
He shoots. He scores.
The net.
Ryan Jones. Edmonton here in game 1.
Involving Jordan Tutu.
Guess who? Yeah. He's going to be in the middle of a lot of stuff and driving to the net. Takes a little extra poke onto the glove of Nikolai Happy Bullen, who makes a good first save and Jordan Tutu the second one and doesn't quite get his glove all the way over top of it. Extra whacks afterwards. And Jordan Tutu bulldozing over Eric Belanger. That's what made everyone mad. And Colton Hubert came over, had a few words with them, and they continue to check.
Hubert pushes on Tutu as the Oilers get the puck out. Belanger brings it in. He is cut off. There is Theo Peckham at center. He'll give it to Tuber. Tuber hammers that puck in and gets by Lindback right to Jones. And Lindback has lost his stick. Anders Lindback, his stick sitting in the face-off circle. Yossi lays it off the boards, and then Smalling takes it down the ice. Happy Bullen has to go out to play. They can't get it by Smith. Lindback has his stick back, and Jones has the puck. Jones takes a hit there from number 22. Peckham comes together with 2-2. And then Jones hammers Jeffrey on. This will let the gut game. See Jeffrey down, only on the way. Blake Jeffrey not in the lineup the last 4 games as he makes his way to the bench now. And Jones is going to the penalty box. 2-2 goes down. We're going to get both on here. Some things getting heated up here. A little emotion being shown by both sides. It was 2-2 with the run on Jones first. Jones was ready for it. And he caught Jeffrey on behind the net, and he's really shook up. He had to make his way back. About 10 feet away, so definitely shook up, and that's a tough loss for him. Healthy scratch the last 4 games, and he gets back in there and gets injured. Had a tough first period falling into the boards. Here's the run by Tutu, and this kind of gets everybody boiled over. You'll watch Ryan Jones in the play, comes back down into it, and he's looking to hit someone himself, and Jeffrey doesn't see him coming. A pretty good hit. It looked like shoulder to shoulder. And then afterwards, 2-2 having some words with Peckham. And he's going to give them both one as Peckham gives him a little cross check and maybe a little unsportsmanlike for him. We'll take a break. Tell us Oilers hockey here on Sportsnet. We'll take a break. Tell us Oilers hockey here on Sportsnet.
First point.
The box is filling up here. As both sides taking some penalties. Jordan Tutu, the only one for Nashville. Here's the hit by Ryan Jones on Blake Jeffrey and he looked like a pretty clean hit after he had the puck, and he stayed down for a while. So I'm not
tell us
after he had the puck, and he stayed down for a while. So I'm not exactly sure what the penalty is to Ryan Jones, but he went to the box for saying it's an elbow.
And Ryan Jones.
But didn't look like there's no view there. Then 2-2 and Peckham will get coincidentals and head to the box with the Nashville Predators that will actually have a 5-minute power play. They're getting a 5-minute major for that. So I'm going to say that. So
Against Rupping, 2-2 gets unsportsmanlike diving. And a huge penalty kill coming up, and now an interference call to Sergei Kostitsyn. And he is headed to the penalty box.
It's a make-up call after seeing it on the big screen and realizing there wasn't an elbow by Ryan Jones. A little interference here by Sergei Kostitsyn as he comes through and just doesn't allow Jones to keep going. But once again, two guys battling for a puck, and he'll head to the box for two. Okay.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Gagne, Belanger, Whitney, and Petrie. Gagne gets thrown out of the circle. Belanger steps in. He'll line up against Lake.
Two guys battling
4-on. He'll line up against Lake. Cut off there by Petrie.
David Legwand. Scores!
for a pumpkin.
We're tied! David Legwand! First power play goal!
Jones to key in the big.
It was the conference playoff.
A little interference here by Sergei Kostitsyn as he comes through and just doesn't allow Jones to keep going. But once again, two guys battling for a puck, and he'll head to the box for two. Okay.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Gagne, Belanger, Whitney, and Petrie.
We're tied 4-4.
Gagne gets thrown out of the circle. Belanger steps in. He'll line up against Legwand, wins that draw to Petrie, back to Whitney. And Whitney cuts it. Belanger cut off there by Suder. Petrie keeps it in. Let's go to the opposite corner. It takes a hopper there as well. Legwand was loose down the middle. Here's Suder. Goes it towards the net, hit the side of the cage. Greg Smith cut off there by Whitney. Ryan Suder in deep. Here's pushed back, and here comes Belanger. Belanger with Petrie and Gagne. Belanger. Knocked down by Gagne. Knocked it down with a high stick.
There's a great opportunity in the shorthand play there. A 3-on-1 developing as the Predators getting a little too anxious down low. When you look at Suder and Weber, just the dynamic duo and where they stand amongst defensemen in the National Hockey League since 2008, 2009. Just a terrific pairing, and as we've talked about a lot, much better when they've been separated. They just seem to know where one another are. They really play well off one another. Two big guys that can play the physical game, but also put up some points, as they both had 12 points in the last 10 games played for the Nashville Predators.
Blum and Yossi out there, and it is Blum who gives it away to Anton Lander. Lander in front for Everly, and that was cut off by Blum. Halischuk with it now. He's got Nick Spaulding with him. Chips it in. Spaulding going after it against Tubert. Tubert ties him up behind the net. Halischuk digs it out. Away from Schmid. He'll try to wrap around backhand out in front for Spaulding. A shot. Now Halischuk bangs away, and Happy Bullen has the pads down and makes the save. Spaulding. Yossi. He is checked before he could get the shot away. Halischuk behind the net. Spaulding out in front. Halischuk works his way out in front. Cross-ice pass. What a save by Happy Bullen as he robs Jonathan Blum. Happy Bullen outstanding as Everly crosses the blue line. Jordan Everly cutting for the net against Yossi, and Yossi trips him up, and he'll head to the box. All a 5-minute major for Ryan Jones. Not turning out to be much of an advantage for Nashville.
It's going to be a 4-on-3 for Edmonton here, but what a chance in front. 2 or 3 solid whacks at it. Halischuk has 2 himself later on, and the extension by Happy Bullen, I don't think he could have gone any further than that. And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Everly driving wide, and Yossi's stick gets tangled up in between his legs, takes him down. He'll head to the box for 2. So 4-on-3 power play coming up here for 24 seconds for Edmonton.
Everly on the ice, and Whitney now comes off. Kostitsyn, as Louis mentioned, still with 24 seconds. Here's currently the Oilers' second power play. They did not get a shot the last time they had the man advantage. Now it's
4-on-3 power play. In his shot, what a chance. And 4-2 or 3.
Everly for the net against Yossi, and Yossi tracks him up. He shoots for the free goal. He scores!
Jansen.
Jordan Eberle! 5-4 Edmonton!
Front 2 or 3 solid whacks out of Halischuk, has 2 himself later on. And the extension by Happy Boone. I don't think he could have gone any further than that. And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Eberle driving wide. Here 3 solid whacks out of Halischuk, has 2 himself later on. And the extension by Happy Boone. I don't think he could have gone any further than that. And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Eberle driving wide. And Yossi's stick gets tangled up in between the... And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Eberle driving wide. One tension, 3 solid whacks out of Halischuk, has 2 himself later on. Jansen front 2 or 3 solid whacks.
Ryan Jones not turning out to be much of an advantage for Nashville.
It's going to be a 4-on-3 for Edmonton here, but what a chance in front. 2 or 3 solid whacks out of Halischuk, has 2 himself later on. And the extension by Happy Boone. I don't think he could have gone any further than that. And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Eberle driving wide. And Yossi's stick gets tangled up in between his legs, takes him downhill, head to the box for 2. So 4-on-3 power play coming up here for 24 seconds for Edmonton.
Eberle on the ice, and Whitney now comes off. Gustafsson, as Louis mentioned, still with 24 seconds in his penalty. The Oilers' second power play. They did not get a shot the last time they had the man advantage.
Seconds for Edmonton. So 4-on-3 power play coming up here for 24 seconds for Edmonton.
Eberle on the ice, and Whitney now comes off. Gustafsson, as Louis mentioned, still with 24 seconds in his penalty. The Oilers' second power play. They did not get a shot the last time they had the man advantage. Now it's 4-on-3 from the faceoff.
Takes him downhill, head to the box for 2. So 4-on-3 power play coming up here for 24 seconds for Edmonton.
Eberle on the ice, and Whitney now comes off.
49 minutes, 36 seconds of 1 hour.
Prior to the goal.
Gustafsson is
Stick gets tangled up in between his legs, takes him downhill, head to the box for 2. So 4-on-3 power play coming up here for 24 seconds for Edmonton.
Eberle on the ice, and Whitney
takes him down, driving wide. And Yossi's stick gets tangled up into his 2 himself later on. And the extension by Happy Boone. I don't think he could have gone any further than that. And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Eberle driving wide. And Yossi's stick gets tangled up in between his legs, takes him downhill, head to the box for 2. So 4-on-3 power play coming up here for 24 seconds for Edmonton. Happy Boone. I don't think he could have gone any further than that. And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Eberle driving wide. And Yossi's stick gets tangled up in between his legs, takes him downhill, head to the box for 2. So 4-on-3 power play coming up here for 20 wide.
Let's see.
There's interference. The goal coach's challenge. We have no goal.
And Yost, I don't think he could have gone any further than that. And another terrific one here as Blum comes down and has a terrific in the slot shot. Jordan Eberle driving wide. And Yossi's stick gets tangled up in between his legs, takes him downhill, head to the box for 2. So 4-on-3 power play.
And Whitney now comes off.
And then Ballard with everything but the tape.
Louis mentioned still with
to Darcy Hordichuk with his first shift of the game.
He was on the ice for 3 seconds.
Now comes off.
And came off the ice looking like he was taking up.
And still with 24 seconds.
And got the line. They were not the lock.
In front, Nugent Hopkins gets into a pass save opportunity for Eberle, and that may have passed him to the post. Eberle with it now, he'll play it back to the point to Gilbert. Eberle dances, lets the shot go, then back to save. 4-on-4 now for the next minute and 25 seconds. Jordan Eberle to Horkoff. Horkoff stopped by Kostitsin. Gets it to Everly. Pass intended for Nugent Hopkins off the blade of his stick. Suder and Nugent Hopkins come together. The puck's still alive. It gets to Mike Fisher. Fisher with Kostitsin. Whitney lets a sneak to Ryan Smith. Down the left side. Drops it for Petrie. Cuts to the middle. Lets a sneaky shot go. Back the save. And he'll hang on.
With only 24 seconds on the 4-on-3, Edmonton had to be quick to make their decisions. Great first chance as a shot by Hopkins gets through the screen, and Everly has a terrific rebound chance. Great recovery by Lindback for a big man, gets across and makes that save. This is the second one as Everly walks himself in and gets that shot through. And the blocker gets down to stone him on the side. So 2 chances in that 24-second 4-on-3. You like to see Edmonton taking it to the net like that. But the big man makes some clutch saves to keep it a 1-goal game.
6'6". Anders Lindback. Killen under pressure from Ryan. 6'6".
20. But the big man some clutch saves to keep it a 1-goal game.
6'6". Anders Lindback. Killen under pressure from Ryan Smith. Smith and Hensky are up front. Petrie and Whitney on the blue line. Leg one. Klein trying to get it in and does. Leg one from the corner. He is with Martin Erat. Back to the point. Kevin Klein able to keep it in. Throws a wrist shot towards the net. Abby Bullen through traffic made the save. Whitney plays it around the boards. There's Hensky. Alex Hensky. Quick pass for Smith. Petrie joins the play. Off the end of his stick though, and Hillen is there. 10 seconds left to go in the penalty to Yossi. Klein across the blue line. He'll play it around behind the net. Gilbert waiting for it. Now the Nashville Predators have a minute of power play time. Cutting for the net. Petrell moving in. Petrell backhand, and he gets taken hard into the net. It comes off the moorings. And it was the rookie Craig Smith who takes the other rookie hard into the net.
And a terrific drive by Petrell here as he just gets inside position and keeps his feet going and has the wherewithal to try the backhand move, gets steamrolled through, losing it at the same time. And all the pressure coming back by the two Predators, hacking and whacking, and eventually loses the puck. A good job by him to stay steady that long. And collides into the post.
55.
Eventually loses the puck. A good job by him to stay steady that long. Collides into the post.
55 seconds left to go in the penalty to Ryan Jones. Belanger and Horkoff are up front. Gilbert Edge. Ladislav. Belanger and Horkoff are up front. Gilbert Edge. Ladislav Schmid on the blue line. Colin Wilson will line up now against Horkoff. Wins the draw back to Ryan Suder. He and Weber are on the blue line. Wilson, Smith, and Hornquist up front. Smith racks that puck in. Abby Bullen to the corner for Gilbert. Gilbert chops at it, comes up behind the net. Wilson shot from a sharp angle. Hornquist banging away at it. Hornquist checked by Schmid. Colin Wilson lost it. That allows Horkoff to pick it up. 30 seconds of power play time remaining for the Nashville Predators. And offside is the call.
To help you reach your home project goals, choose the home team. Homeowners helping homeowners.
8:53 to go here in the second period. The Predators out shooting the Oilers 16-9 to this point. They have 28 seconds left in the penalty to number 28. Hornquist against Tudor. Centering pass right to Wilson. Great save by Abby Bullen. Anton Lander picks it up and he'll send it down the ice.
So Predators have had at least 4-point blankers in this game. Nikolai Habibulin comes up with another huge save there. Shorthanded.
Weber cutting for the net. A wrist shot. Scores!
Huge save there. Shorthanded.
Weber cutting for the net.
Shorthanded.
Weber cutting for the net.
It was one near goal has tied this huge save. Risk
at 11:34 ties this game at 1. And Brown then got Kostitsin. Abby Bullen. Little mix up. Open net. Backhand. What a save by Abby Bullen. Fisher.
And that was a great move by Fisher, too. Went to the backhand, looked like he had a wide open net, and Happy Boone at the last second stuffs him with the pad.
Smalling with a cross-ice pass for Tutu. His backhand stopped by Gilbert. Jones can't get it by Blow. He'll shoot it right back in. Tutu behind the net. Takes a hit there from Schmid. Knocks him down. Centers it. Smalling jams away. Now Tutu into the net. Schmid helping him along. Shot after shot. And then Smithson jumps in. And he takes down Ladislav Schmid.
Just to make it 5-4.
Nikolai Habibulin recovers.
Conference
and he
final
denies
action here
Mike Fisher.
on Hockey Night in Canada.
Well, time for Telus True Fan Text Trivia. Put these players in order from the most to the least total games played. For the Edmonton Oilers, if it's Glenn Anderson, A. Mark Messier, H. Ryan Smith, P. Kevin Lowe, C. Kelly Buchberger, M. Now to enter, text the final 5-letter keyword to 333777. And the most games played by any Oiler, I don't know if this is a hint or not, or just a number, is 1,037 in the regular season.
The Nashville Predators is 19 total shots in their game Saturday against the Red Wings. The Nashville Predators had 19 total shots in their game Saturday against the Red Wings. They have 19 shots here with 7:20 to go in the second period. Out shooting the Oilers 19-9 at this point. Horkoff checked by Wilson. Erat with the puck now. Erat all the way back to the blue line. Still has it checked by Hemsky. But there is Jeff Hillen. He and Hemsky battle for the puck. Hillen pushes it behind the net line to Erat with Legwand and Wilson. Magnus Bjarvi goes up and over David Legwand. They both end up on the ice. Hillen throws it in the opposite corner. Wilson going after it against Horkoff. Wilson behind the net. Colin Wilson throws it in front. Comes to Klein. He steps into a shot, and that one goes high and wide. The Nashville Predators with a big pushback here in the second period. Energized by that goal. On the power play by Shea Weber, Ryan Suder got the assist. Both of those guys remain assists
for the Predators.
Weber now has 8 points in his last 8 games, and for Suter, 7 points in his last 6. Klein with Hillen. Jack Hillen. Sergo Kostitsyn backhands it in. Fisher going after it against Nugent Hopkins. Pushes it behind the net. A bouncing puck will come to Eberle. Jordan Eberle trying to get it out. Can't do it. Can't get by Kostitsyn. Fisher and Hornquist up front as it comes back to Suter. A wrist shot through traffic. Abby Bullen made the save. Theo Peckham. Outlet for Eberle. Cut off there by Weber. Fisher to Hornquist. Picked up behind the net by Hopkins. Under pressure from Hornquist. He'll have another opportunity here. To Eberle in close quarters. Gets by him. Smith throws it towards the net. Deflected wide by Peckham, who took a shot from Hornquist. He takes a shot in here. Is Smith walking out. Backhand. Loose in front. Hornquist put it up and over. Patrick Hornquist is snake bit right now. It stays a 1-1 game.
A 4-4 game.
On December 2nd, when the Edmonton Oilers host the Minnesota Wild, they are giving out, kind of like tonight, instead of Jordan Eberle mini sticks, it will be Grant Fuhr mini jerseys to the first 10,000 fans. Not a surprise that it is sponsored by FedEx, because I think during his time when it came to winning cups, nobody delivered like Grant Fuhr.
The last time these teams were here, 12 shots for the Nashville Predators total. They got 21, there's 22.
Got 15 already in the second period. They've come out on fire and generated chances. Happy Bullen has been terrific, stopping 14 of them in the second. But they've definitely had the better chances of both sides, and they've got momentum right now.
Balding with a pass to Tutu. Tutu throws it towards the net. Bullen steers that aside easily. Nick Strong picks it up behind the net. Smith again. Take it back to the point. Kept in by Bullen. Gets it to Stone. Tutu. Smith and Stone putting on pressure now. Greg Smith. His center pass was blocked before he get through by Horkoff, but he's got the puck back again. Now is Jordan. He plays it over to Hemsky. Alex Hemsky just get to the red line, flip it in, and head off on a change. Nugent Hopkins, Ryan Smith, and Sam Gagner out there now. Sam Gagner
the 8-point guy.
Sam Gagné getting the opportunity to play with Smith and Nugent Hopkins.
4 goals and 4 assists. Franchise record.
Gagné. Cross ice for Smith, too far for him. Weber gets there first.
All comment.
At center, it's Tom Gilbert. Checked by Legwand. Quick pass to Erad. He's got Wilson with him. Erad, wait, over top of his head. Schmid got down and Erad got it by him. Weber hammers that shot, and getting a stick in the way is Sam Gagné to send it into the net.
Oh, yeah! Let's go! Let's do this!
It's your game on with Sports Select.
Little confusion here in the neutral zone. Everyone thinking the puck's going to get deep. 2 Predators are sent away. Great move by Martin Erad to pull it around the stick for the last second. It deflects just enough off Schmid's stick to go up off the crossbar. A terrific chance created with that speed on the turnover. To get deep. 2 Predators are sent away. Great move by Martin Erad to pull it around the stick for the last second. It deflects just enough off Schmid's stick to go up off the crossbar. A terrific chance created with that speed on the turnover.
Suder with a wrist shot that goes wide. Jordan Eberle now on that third line with Eric Belanger and Ryan Jones. So Gagné and Eberle switch spots. And Suder works over Halischuk. Jones circles behind his own net. Will get it for Eberle. Eberle under pressure plays it back to Tuber. Tuber will give it to Theo Peckham. He's got some room. Peckham, hard pass up for Jones, tipped in. And that line's going to change up. Get the 4th line out there now with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the second period. The Oilers looking for one more shot to get the double digits.
It's the 5-4.
Louis putting
They got to have the puck first. It's been incredible. It's been all Nashville in the second period, and obviously the 5-minute power play that was a little bit nullified by the 2 penalties by Nashville. But when you have that 5-minute power play, it's hard to get in. As he's over to find some spark here in the plan. All over Happy middle.
Petrell off his glove with a wrist shot that doesn't make it through. Whitney to Gagné. Gagné to Petrell off his skate. Yossi takes a hit from Petrell as he sends the puck in deep. Petrie now to Whitney. Gets it right back again. Jeff Petrie. Big watch there by Fisher. They'll play it to Gagné. Gagné. Nice little pass to Lander. Knocked over his stick. Lander will have to regroup. They'll send it back to Petrie. Jeff Petrie. Pass for Gagné. Sam Gagné lets a shot go. Lindback will hang on to it. Gagné. Sam Gagné lets a shot go. Lindback will hang on to it.
Scores!
He go downstairs.
Ryan Suder. The Predators
Last Friday,
with their first lead. It's a 5-4 hockey game.
Friday night hockey is right here at Rexall Place.
We go downstairs and join us.
Last Friday, Friday night hockey was right here at Rexall Place. This Friday, it'll be that young man's former team as Windsor takes on Ottawa Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. And we do have a Taylor Hall update, and I think it's good news, especially if you're Taylor Hall and the Edmonton Oilers. Early returns are 7 to 10 days. 7 to 10 days in regards to Taylor Hall's return to the Oilers lineup.
And that is great news. As Gilbert. Hemsky winds and fires. Blocked. Tipped in by Schmid. Schmid. Horkoff. John Horkoff. All the way back to the blue line. He'll drop it there for Hemsky. Trying to get away from Nick Spaulding. Hemsky still has it. Hemsky wide looking in front. Horkoff bangs away. Sean Horkoff with PRV in front. Horkoff behind the net. Back to the point it comes. Schmid waiting for it. He'll go to Hemsky. Hemsky, PRV, wrist shot. Blocked by Jared Smithson. Gilbert now to Schmid. Spaulding without his stick. Hemsky is checked by Smithson. Schmid throws it towards the net. Kevin Klein knocks it down and is able to get it out. Great shift for Horkoff, Hemsky, and PRV. Gilbert with it now. Gilbert to PRV. Back to Hemsky. Hemsky looking for Nugent Hopkins. Puck was behind them. Nugent Hopkins in the corner. Checks. by Jordan Tutu. Spins away. The puck comes to Klein. And we have got a high stick. With 1:09 to go.
Well, real nice push back here. This has been a while that Edmonton's had an opportunity like this in the offensive zone. Good work down low. Feet keep moving. Two chances. Once there early, and then the one by Payarvi in the high slot. Doesn't get it away too quick, but an errant high stick catches Nugent Hopkins from Jordan Tutu as he was going down, so he'll go to the box for 2 minutes. And the Oilers will be back on the power play.
It is their third power play, and it comes late in this period. Everly back to Gilbert. Nugent Hopkins. Everly. Watched by Weber. Smith. To Horkoff on the near side. Back to the point. Tom Gilbert. Everly snaps a shot. And Weber got the way of it. He'll send it down the ice. He ran all over Gilbert. Nugent Hopkins takes a look. 49 seconds to go in the period. Here comes Everly with Smith. Everly. Made one by Weber. Smith centers it on his foot. Horkoff. Takes a look. Sean Horkoff to Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Stick broken. Trying to work his way back to the bench. Legwand prevented that for a second. Hemsky hops over the boards. 24 seconds to go. Now the puck comes free. David Legwand. Throw it all the way down to Abby Gould.
Let's see if the Predators score more.
Here's Weber. Can't get it by Smith. Chance for one last shot. Eric Belanger. Back to the point. Gilbert. Back to Belanger. And that wrist shot goes wide. The third period starts. Jordan Tutu will be in the box for 50 seconds. A 1-1 game here.
There was a 5-4
2
game.
periods. Darren Malone
game
second.
one
The third. A 1-1 game here.
Final
After in the
series.
box for 50 seconds. A 1-1 game here.
4 wins
After
left
2
before the
periods. Darren
Stanley
Millard will
Cup
break it down.
final.
In the rest here.
Ron
After
McLean.
2 periods.
Overtime.
That's the one Edmonton got in the opening period. Joined by Mark Spector and
That was a hit, but the hockey games. The State Predators didn't get their input number. A mouthful of seasons. And also with the
Ryan. We'll start with Eric Belanger, Ryan Smith.
It's 3 over the first period for the Oilers. But in the second period,
1-1
the
game.
Predators had their
Oilers have
response.
been outshot 22
3+
to
goals
11,
for the
16-7 in that second period. Whitney. Hemsky. Checked by Smith. And Smith gets it down the ice. Nick Smalling gets to it first. Smalling. Backhands it in. Weber was in deep as well. It is Smalling and Fisher up front. Now Erat joins Fisher. Weber and Hillen on the blue line. Hemsky. Drops it back for Smith. Gets the puck right back again. Alex Hemsky with Smith going to the front of the net. 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Jordan Tutu, and Hemsky's pass is intercepted by Fisher. He will send it down the ice, and that will do it for the Oilers' third power play of the game. Magnus Bjarne. Lays it in behind the net, looking for Jordan Everly. He is cut off there by Kevin Klein. Schmid at the point to Everly. A back pass. It's by Schmid, and Bjarne back into his own zone to pick it up. Magnus Bjarne with Horkoff and Everly. Bjarne just leaves it there for Schmid. Schmid will give it to Gilbert. For Bjarne, or for Everly, it got by him, but look at Bjarne. On his horse, gets to that puck first. Ahead of Klein. Back to the point it comes. Schmid can't keep it in there. Fisher. Chips it in, he'll chase. Gives Gilbert a bump. Gilbert sends it around the boards, and Sam Gagner picks it up on the right side. Here's Gagner with Lander and Jones. Gagner moving in. Sam Gagner slides it through the blue paint. 2-2 off the boards for Smith. Craig Smith now. Couldn't get the shot away. Good play by Peckham. Stayed calm and pushed it to the corner. Lander to Gagner. Gagner. An opportunity, fires a shot. Lindback, the first save of this third period. Jones behind the net. Landers out in front. Jones back to the point. Neil Peckham throws it towards the cage. There is Lindback to make the save. Jones fights for it in the corner, gets it back to Colton Tubert. Tubert couldn't get a good shot away and then got his stick up on Jordan Tutu. And Tubert's headed to the box. Check.
Colton Tubert tried to settle this one down. As he goes to lift the stick, he lifts Jordan Tutu's stick into his own face. He'll go to the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. Great rush by Sam Gagner just before. Walks in, goes wide, uses his speed, and has a good chance as he gets in alone with Lindback.
Tubert in the penalty box. And the Nashville Predators on their fourth power play. They scored in the second period to tie the game. It was Shea Weber from Ryan Suder and Anders Lindback. Those three guys are on the ice right now. Suder under pressure from Smith. He is with Horkoff. Great job by Ryan Smith behind the net. And he wasted 20 seconds. Weber. Pass intended for Wilson off his stick. Schmid will get there first. Smith against Ryan Smith as it comes to Colin Wilson. Wilson plays it around the boards. Weber waiting for it at the point. Weber can't control it. A chance for Horkoff. Sean Horkoff short-handed on a breakaway. Sean Horkoff slid the backhand just wide of the post. The Oilers with 2 short-handed goals so far this season. Neil Peckham under pressure there from both Smith and Wilson. Wilson bouncing puck in front, and it's sent down the ice by Leonard Petrell. Lindback directing traffic as he gets the puck to Jonathan Blum. Petrell and Lander are up front. Petrie is Peckham on the blue line. Martin Erat drops for Yossi. He'll play it behind the net. Peckham there. Petrie whips it around the boards. Blum keeps it in. Fisher. To Erat. Back up top for Blum. Blum with a slap shot. Hammers that puck. It goes right into the crease. That puck took a strange hop and ended up right in front of Nikolai Habibulin.
But Blum can really tee it up, and that one got up a little bit too high on his part, but it came off the glass right into the slot. And Nikolai Habibulin lost it for just that 1 second in the danger zone.
Petrie turns, knocked down by Erat. Martin Erat, great hand-eye to keep it in. He has the puck now. He's got Fisher in front. Fine with the shot. Habibulin the save. Fisher looking for the rebound, but there isn't one as Habibulin covers up.
The chances at both ends once again. Sean Horkoff showing a good burst of speed. Great chip pass by Smith to send him in alone. At the last second, it's Weber that gets him on the hand just enough to make him go to the backhand, and he misses wide. And then down the other end, here's that blast. High and hard over the net, comes off, almost goes off Habibulin, but it goes through the 5-hole and out. And the defenseman cleared out of harm's way.
Colton Tubert ready to get back on the ice. Shot blocked by Belanger. Penalty is over. Teams are back at even strength. Taking for it on the near side. Klein against Schmid. Kept in by Spawn. Here's Hillen with a shot that goes wide. And forces Klein back into his own zone. Hillen hammers that puck around the glass. Belanger against Tutu. Tutu right out in front. For Spalling, he couldn't get the shot away. Weber not able to keep it in. And that's going to be offside. This is a chance to rejoin Gene.
Well, Kevin, Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Sunripe Juice.
Ladislav Schmid took a long time to score a goal. He got one in Colorado. It's his first since December 5th, 2009. November 28th is an historic date in the National Hockey League. Because, Louis, you remember this.
Yeah, it was a long time. I kind of joked with Taylor Hall when he went that little stretch there where he hadn't scored in 9 games. I said, I used to get a little antsy around 60, 70 games. I'm starting to think about it. Just a little different.
Now you went top shelf, blast from the point. You remember that goal?
Yeah, end to end.
Now that's it. End to end, finishing it off with a 104-mile-an-hour slap shot. Pressure now from Jared Smithson. Back to the point, the shot deflected wide. And Suder let it go. Weber keeps it in for Craig Smith. Checked by Ryan Whitney. Whitney is stopped. Nugent Hopkins under pressure there from Halischuk. Ryan Smith with it now. He'll go cross ice for Jeff Petrie. He'll just backhand it in. He wants to get off on a change. Everly gets there first ahead of Shea Weber. Ryan Smith behind the net it goes. Suter's got it. He'll play it along the boards. Stewart able to keep it in temporarily. Great pocket pick there by Nugent Hopkins and trying to set up Jordan Everly. He stole it from Mike Fisher. Halischuk back the other way. Halischuk centering pass goes off a skate. Forced off to the corner, but it's picked up there by Fisher. Fisher trying to center it. The Oilers intercept, and here comes Hemsky. Alex Hemsky. Hammered by Horkoff. Lindback steers side to side, just picked up by Kostitsin. Kostitsin to Fisher. Mike Fisher chips it in. Abby Bullis gets it. Tangled up in behind the net with Mike Fisher. Klein to Hillen. 13:23 to go here in a 1-1 game. Ryan Jones. Pass to Belanger. Belanger across the blue line. Lets a slap shot go. Big rebound. As it hurt Anders Lindback. And Anders Lindback is down after that shot from Eric Belanger. We'll take a break as we take a look at Belanger, and he caught Lindback. Ow.
The Oilers Christmas mini pack is back just in time for the holiday season. This 2-game pack features matchups versus the LA Kings and Detroit Red Wings and comes with a Taylor Hall signature puck. On sale now, this pack is the perfect gift for any Oilers fan. Visit EdmontonOilers.com for more details.
Anders Lindback was a little shooken up after this shot from Belanger hits him inside the pad right on the knee. On his right leg, he went down. He stayed down for quite a while. Didn't stand up until the feeling came back in his leg, shook out the legs, and he will stay in. But Pecorine was on the ice ready to get in there. It looked like it was pretty bad. Lost some feeling. It's a sensitive area that he got hit in.
So he stays in the game, and it stays 1-1. Weber. Pass intended for Erat, doesn't make it through. Here's a chance for Wilson. Great save by Abby Bullen. Colin Wilson gets the puck back again. Wilson for Erat. Erat trying to feed Wilson in front. He was tied up by Gilbert. Abby Bullen. Another outstanding save. He has faced 27 shots so far in this game. Remember, he faced just 12 the last time these teams met here at Rexall.
He's faced about 8 point blankers that he's made saves on. Just some terrific chances in tight. That one there, just a little confusion on who was going to play it. And it sent in Wilson all alone.
Racing after it against Whitney.
Still 5-4 for the Predators.
To Smith. And getting his stick in the way was Ryan Smith. 2-2 with it again. 2-2. Waited to the middle. Everly was there. Smith against Weber. Ryan Smith. Nugent Hopkins snaps a shot. Weber blocked it. Everly gets a bump from Craig Smith. Here is Ryan Smith. Smith back to the point. Colton Tubert throws it towards the net. And there is Lindback having to make a good save on a deflection in front. Ryan Suder picks it up. Spaulding gets to the red line. He will shoot it in, head off on a change. Abby Bullen leaves it behind the net for Colton Tubert. He and Theo Peckham are out there with Belanger, Jones, and Gagne. Tubert delivers for Belanger. Off the glass. Gagne tied up, and the puck got by Belanger. Jonathan Blum. Kostitsin just tips it in. Abby Bullen stops it up behind the net. Around the boards. Theo Peckham, nifty little pass to Belanger. He is away with Gagne and Jones. Belanger for Jones. Ryan Jones takes a hit from Blum. Jones stays with it. Gets knocked to his knees. Gets right back up again. Belanger back to the point. Schmid there. He'll give it to Gilbert. Gilbert for Jones. Jones behind the net. Again, the battle ensues with Jonathan Blum. Belanger to Jones. Here's Gagne on the far side. The third line keeping it in. Gagne again. Off Fisher, and it went to Yossi, and then a big hit on Patrick Hornquist by Tom Gilbert. Schmid brings it in. Wrist shot off the stick of Blum and into the netting.
To help you reach your home project goals, choose the home team. Homeowners helping homeowners.
Well, great shot from the blue line as Tuber gets it through traffic. Great hand-eye by Jordan Eberle, deflecting it just off the pad, and good strong positioning on that offensive blue line by Tom Gilbert. Stands up Patrick Hornquist. When you have offensive pressure in the forward skate, the defense can be real solid and pinch and keep pucks in, and big collision on the blue line there.
Abby Bullen sweeps it around the boards. Alexchuk intercepts it. It's picked up by Petrie. Hemsky to the middle for Piyarvi. Magnus Piyarvi. Lost it to Klein. He plays it off the boards. Hemsky able to keep it in. Piyarvi to Hemsky. Alex Hemsky to Ryan Whitney. Ryan Whitney to Soren Horkov. Oh! What a play! Anders Lindback reached back. Alex Hemsky to Ryan Whitney. Ryan the boards. Hemsky able to keep it in. Piyarvi to Hemsky. Alex Hemsky to Ryan Whitney. Ryan Whitney to Soren Horkov. Oh! What a play! Anders Lindback. Anders Lindback! And somehow makes the save.
Blessed that he's inside the net. I think the Oilers are trying to argue that he's over the line after this shot goes through off the defender, skate off the post, Lindback reaching back. And this is going to be one of those ones that's hard to say. The referee blew it down definitely, but a good chance created off the turnover. Quick attack by Edmonton.
We'll see if they review it when we come back.
The Oilers tied it.
Wyshynski, Sportsnet's Jeff Merrick, and Yahoo Sports' Greg Wyshynski talk hockey weekdays at noon. Listen or download at sportsnet.ca.
Well, it didn't look, Kevin, like they were going to review this one, but it looks like they are going to. A little third period, checking to see exactly what happened on that last play. And it was one of those ones that's so tough, but it was right around the goal mouth on the line. And as Lindback goes back and lays down, he gets shoved in by the forward momentum of everybody crashing into the net. Hemsky was right in there, and they felt that it had crossed the line. And one of those ones that's pretty hard to tell if the ball is down in front. We'll take a look at it from different angles to try and decipher whether or not it did indeed cross the line.
It comes with 9:35 to go here in the third period.
The Predators
open the scoring at 7:07.
in the second period.
11:34.
Game one of the conference finals, the Western Conference final, between the Predators
here
and
in the
the
third
Oilers,
period.
but the Eastern Conference.
The Oilers open the goal here in the third period.
The Florida Panthers.
The Oilers open the scoring at third period. The Oilers open the scoring at 7:07 period. The Oilers opened the scoring at 7:07. Nashville tied it 11:34 in the power. The Oilers in the second period. And it looks like the decision is coming right now.
New notification from Autoplay Apple iPhone. Select to choose what happens with this device.
We stay
One
at
of them.
1-1.
5-4.
John Horkoff lines up against David Legwand. Legwand wins the draw back to Weber. He'll play it to the corner. Suder for Wilson. To Legwand. David Legwand, a wrist shot, a big rebound. It comes to Martin Erat. Pass intercepted by Hemsky. Has his pocket picked by Legwand, but he recovers and gets it down into national territory. A race for the puck now. Tom Gilbert, the angle on Wilson, and he will get the touch. Gino.
Well, something to give away, Kevin. Tonight's Safeway $1 Million Score and Win grand prize winner will receive a 52-inch Sharp Atmos TV with Quatron technology. Tonight's grand prize winner is Nadine Lacroix of Grand Prairie. Congratulations, Nadine. Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today, and you could be our next lucky winner.
Start of a 6-game homestand for the Oilers. They'll play Minnesota on Wednesday, and then Columbus Friday. We'll have that game for you against the Blue Jackets. The Wednesday and start of a 6-game homestand for the Oilers. They'll play Minnesota on Wednesday, and then Columbus Friday. We'll have that game for you against the Blue Jackets. The first meeting between the Blue Jackets and the Oilers. This is the third meeting between Nashville and Edmonton. The Oilers have won the first two. They won't hook up again until March 20th. That game will be in Nashville. Theo Peckham to Jordan Eberle. He'll chip it in. Ryan Smith will chase. Gets it to Nugent Hopkins. He gets checked. Ryan Suder back the other way. Flipped in by Hornquist. Abby Bullen to Theo Peckham. Peckham to Smith. Looking for Eberle. Cut off there by Fisher. Klein tries to return the favor for Fisher, but there was Smith. They get it to Nugent Hopkins. Now to Eberle. Off skates. And it ends up on the stick of Sergei Kostitsyn with Hornquist. In front, Hornquist just out of his reach. Smith will play it to Petrie. Now Gagne. Jones, and ends up going behind him. Jones racing for it. Negates the icing with Hustle. Ryan Jones backs it in front. And Gagne.
NHL October.
Shot clock. Nice ball. They get it up in Petrie. He does by pushing it to Gagne. Gagne centered it, picked off by Smith. Craig Smith with a backhand, stopped by Abby Bullen. Now another opportunity and a goal, this time by Nick Spaulding. Now another centered it, picked off by Smith. Craig Smith with a backhand, stopped by Abby Bullen. Now another opportunity and a goal, this time by Nick Spaulding.
He scores! 6 points for Ryan Suder. 6-4, Predators lead.
Another aggressive forecheck by Nashville, but full possession by Edmonton. Sam Gagne will get the puck on the wall, throws it to the middle. It's a turnover, and it looks like it's still okay, but a great pass from the corner, tape to tape by Tutu. Out to Spaulding, who just drifts out to the high slot. He zings it under the bar, actually off the crossbar to give the Nashville Predators a 2-1 lead. So a turnover in the defensive zone once again. Leads to a great chance, only this time the Nashville Predators execute well. Execute gotten a goal in these last 3 games. He's given his team the lead at 12-21. Jordan Tutu and Craig Smith will get the assist.
8-5 in game 1 of the semifinal.
Tails! Oh, yeah!
No idea.
Tails! Oh, yeah! Let's go! Let's do this!
Get your game on with Sports Select.
We're taking a look at it here and again. Just a little confusion down low. Everyone puck watching. Once it does turn over, you expect it to be out of the zone. Next thing you know, you're under attack. And a great shot by Nick Spaulding. Once he got that one in the high slot, he didn't make any mistake about it from there, under the bar.
Nashville keep the pressure on. Erak throws it towards the net. Abby Bullen got a piece of it. 7:07 to go here in the third period.
6-4.
Jordan Tutu now has 5 points in his last 4 games.
The Western Conference Final.
Lindback. The Suder, he'll kick it back to Lindback. Alashemsky. Sean Horkoff. Magnus PRB up front. Gilbert and Schmid on the blue line. Killen content to stay behind the net. Kostitsyn with Hornquist. Patrick Hornquist. Schmid. It hit Hornquist. Behind the net, Gilbert. Can't get it out, Weber. He'll play it right behind the net again. Hornquist is there. He'll push it to the corner. Gilbert takes his time, feeds it up the middle for Horkoff. He'll chip it down into Nashville territory. Shea Weber to Hornquist. Nashville making a change. Petrie with it now. Pass for Hemsky. Tempted by Gilbert, didn't work. Now the race is on. Gilbert against Legwand. Tom Gilbert fights him off. Horkoff in support. Sean Horkoff and Jordan Eberle manage to get the puck out to center. Wilson. Erat, give and go. Wilson with the puck now. To Legwand. Legwand, back to the point it comes. Hillen. Legwand for Erat. That didn't work. And Petrie's got it. Ryan Smith can't get by David Legwand. Nice line, keeping the Oilers pinned up in their own zone. They'll try and get a change, and the Oilers will get out. Eberle with it now. Eberle, Hopkins, and Smith. Ryan Smith, Nugent Hopkins in the corner. Jordan Tutu. Right up the middle, intended for Smith on to Abby Boulin. He'll give it to Whitney. Whitney off the boards. Jones hops over the bench, picks up the puck. Ian Eberle, that's right in front of the Oilers bench. Jones finally gets it and dribbles it right on to Lindback. 31-17. The shots favor the Nashville Predators. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third period.
Here in game one. Predators and the Oilers.
2-2.
This is the Western Conference Final.
Into the opposite corner as the
on Hockey Night in
Nashville
Canada.
Predators make a change. Lindback. Yossi. Roman Yossi trying to get it to Erat. Checked by Peckham.
Smith.
Now it comes to Halishchuk. Matt Halishchuk with Jared Smithson. Halishchuk cutting from the net. Nice play by Colton Tuber. Tuber save and turned it over to Erat. Back to the point it comes. Yossi throws it around the boards. Waiting for it there is Smith.
People mentioned learn more from
Neil
the
Peckham
Taylor Hall.
will have time to get it out.
Theater mode keyboard shortcut.
Peckham. To
Play
Gagne.
next keyboard short. Six
Sam
sliders slot.
Gagne
YouTube video clip.
flips it in. Horkoff going after it. Against Blum. Takes it hard into the boards. Yossi against PRB. Magnus PRB. Trying to work that puck free. It does. He'll get it to Alish Hemsky. Hemsky under pressure from Smithson. Hemsky gets checked. But Horkoff throws it towards the net, and that puck gets deflected up into the netting. Get it to Alish Hemsky. Hemsky under pressure.
Under
Smithson. Hemsky gets checked. But Horkoff throws it towards the net, and that puck gets deflected up into the netting.
YouTube video clip.
Hemsky under pressure from Smithson. Hemsky gets checked.
Off the net.
Throws it
He
towards the
shoots.
net, and that puck
Right
gets
on the
deflected
bench.
up into the
He
netting.
scores. Ladislav Sneed. First playoff goal. And it's 6-5.
44 to go here in the third. Tillett, Oilers hockey on the net.
Any results brought to you by Remax, the right agent for today's market. And the right player to get the Edmonton Oilers on the scoreboard in this hockey game was Jordan Eberle. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and he does. He's market.
To the netting. Gets checked. But Horkoff throws it towards the net, and that puck gets deflected
No, I
up
haven't
into
been
the netting. 3:44 to go here in the third. Tillett, Oilers hockey
And we have
on the
a
No, I haven't
goal.
been YouTube video.
3:44 to go here in the third. Tillett,
In the
Oilers
playoffs.
hockey on the net.
6-5.
3:44 to go here in the
Conference
third.
Final.
Tillett, Oilers
Game
hockey.
one.
Play outstanding results brought to you by Remax, the right agent for today's market. And the right player to get the Edmonton Oilers on the scoreboard in this hockey game was Jordan Eberle. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and he does. But Jordan Eberle gets his 8th of the season and opens the scoring this evening for Edmonton against Nashville.
And don't forget, coming up after the game, we'll get you connected with Ryan Leslie and Ken Reed. All the day's news and action, including coaching changes in the National Hockey League
YouTube video player.
in Washington and Carolina. Right now, 3:44 to go here in the third period. The Oilers down by 1. Gilbert lost it. Hornquist chops it out. Now Gilbert recovers. Gilbert will give it to his D partner, Ladislav Schmid. Schmid to Gilbert. Horkoff. Or Piarvi was behind him. Comes to Klein. He'll give it to Hillen. Hillen. Fisher gets it out to center. Gustafsson sends it down the ice, and then he's going to hit off. Ladislav Schmid. Jeff.
YouTube video player group.
Petrie.
His first goal.
Eberle. Smith. Nugent Hopkins up front right now.
55 volume group image.
Eberle against Erat. Nugent Hopkins in there to try and get that puck free. And the time ticks down right now, under 3 minutes to go.
time is against is in game 3 against the Leafs.
Suder. Pass for Wilson. Got leg one heading to the net. Erat. Couldn't handle that pass. Everly back the other way. Checked by Wilson. Jeff Petrie will pick it up. He'll give it to Ryan Smith. Smith. Down the right side. Here is Ryan Smith cutting to the middle. He gets surrounded. Jordan Tutu against Colton Tuber. Gets there first and bounces it down into Oiler territory.
No item in the entry for the Zero effective by Google.
Gagne leads the rush for Edmonton. Pass intended for Jones. Jones takes a hit from Helen. Sharp angle shot. Goes straight up into the air. And we get the whistle.
In the playoffs.
So we take a look at the game story brought to you by Synovus Energy. New ideas, new approaches.
Jordan Everly gets things started with his 8th goal of the season early on the first period. Nikolai Happy-Bloom has been strong, but the Tutu train has been running away. Great assist in the third period to set up the go-ahead goal by Nick Stalling. He's had a physical game. He's been involved in that department all night long and then gets involved offensively. That's 5 points now for him in his last 4 games played. So doing a little bit of everything. Jordan Tutu as the Nashville Predators had a 2-1 lead.
He had 2 points the last time these teams met. Flying switch around the boards for Erat. It's double teamed there by Whitney and Belanger. Gagne. Belanger and Jones up front. A minute 50 to go. Gilbert. Slap pass off the skate of Legua. He comes right to Erat. Erat. Drops for Wilson. Wilson. Hard pass intended for Legua was behind him. Jones will pick it up on the near side. He'll give it to Gilbert. Sam Gagne flips it right on the Lindback, and with Jones right there, he decides to hang on to it.
Well, Ryan Jones and the rest of the Edmonton Oilers can get themselves comfortable at home. 6 games over the course of 12 days, and the 3rd game of that homestand will be right here as part of TELUS Oilers Hockey. Columbus is in town on Friday. Start time, 7 p.m. Mountain.
1:26 to go here in the 3rd period. The Edmonton Oilers have taken a timeout.
The Edmonton Oilers.
No question, Nikolai Happy-Bloom
30
looking to get to the
seconds.
bench as soon as possible, get the extra attacker on the ice, but they're going to have to come up with possession first. You have to credit the Nashville Predators. They've been excellent on the forecheck. Their backtracking has been great all over the ice for that matter. They've been pretty disciplined and very aggressive in the forecheck. And, you know, Ryan Suder talked about it best, the Nashville way of playing hockey. This is a competitive team every year. Barry Trotz puts on the ice. They have to play fast, aggressive, and that grittier style of game. They've done it tonight and have clawed their way to a 2-1 lead. They're looking to hold on to it.
Their last road win was November the 9th in Anaheim.
Playoff win.
They have lost 2 away from home since then, 4 overall. You mentioned Barry Trotz and his success. 6 of the last 7 years he has gotten this team into the postseason.
Like the 2006.
The Oilers' net is empty. 6 attackers
later.
A minute 26 on the clock.
Now.
From the faceoff, Oilers wins it. Back to the point. Ryan Whitney for Jordan Everly.
4 wins to win
against Fisher. Kason's hard into the boards. And to the other side, a race for it. Whitney pinching against
Chanting in game 1.
Up into the air. It's still alive. Gretzky behind the net. Gets tied by Weber. Suder shoots it around the boards, and that puck goes out of play. It was tipped off the glass and into the seats.
Into the seats.
Ryan Smith along the wall was
Ryan Smith
trying to take away an opportunity, but obviously missed him, one off the glass and out of the zone, so the face-off will stay
the left face-off.
Anders Lindback. Good face-off win by Sean Horkoff to start things off. A timeout being called here again by Nashville to settle things down. Good pressure in the offensive zone, and the chance wasn't created, but you have to have that face-off win. You have to be aggressive on the puck. So for Barry Trotz wants to keep the same guys on the ice, give them a little rest here, settle things down to try and kill the last minute before.
This is the 2nd time that Nashville has made the Western Canadian road swing. The last time was October 17th to 22nd. They went 1-2. Their one win was in Calgary. They'll be in Calgary on Tuesday, then into Vancouver on Thursday night. The Oilers have gotten points in the last 3 times they have taken on Nashville here in Edmonton. They are 2-0-1 now. A minute 4 away. They're down by one. Their net is empty. And once again, it's going to be Sean Horkoff to line up against David Leroy.
Western Conference Final.
From the faceoff.
After 6 years.
A scramble picked up by Suder. He'll send it down in less than a minute to go. Jordan Everly picks up the ball. Everly for Smith. He'll tip it in. The race for Horkoff. Against Suder. Everly's got the puck to Smith. Smith all the way up top for Whitney. Whitney to the captain. Horkoff to Everly. Gets it to settle down.
Horkoff with 10 points.
Now he'll give it to Alashevsky. Alashevsky, 39 seconds to go.
39 seconds to go.
And Nugent-Hopkins.
NHL hockey.
To Horkoff. Sean Horkoff.
Finals.
Nugent-Hopkins.
The Western Conference.
Right through to the near side. Whitney is there. Smith behind the net. Hemsky sees it go by. Horkoff will get it to Smith. Smith back to Hemsky. Alashevsky makes a shot go. Blocked by Fisher. Here's Whitney with a shot. Fisher's stick is broken. 13.1 seconds to go.
13.1 seconds.
I'm not too sure why that was whistled down. It might have been a hand pass as this blast gets up high. Great chance here for Hemsky to get it through. The shot blocked, one-timer by Whitney. And right there, that's what it was. It was held in by Ryan Suder. Great job by him to stay disciplined, hold on to it, as he took a couple of whacks from Ryan Smith. But good puck pursuit, good puck pressure. Creates the chance that Edmonton was looking for. A terrific block on that shot by Hemsky, who's nice from getting to the net.
Again, Everly's shot doesn't make it through.
With a shot.
And the Predators
And
get
now
it
the
down the
Predators
ice.
will look for their first win.
Against Erat.
And against Erat.
Has
Ladies
run
and
out
gentlemen,
on
the
the Edmonton
Nashville
Oilers.
Predators
And the Nashville
leading the
Predators snap a
series
4-game losing
1
streak.
game
And
to
Anders
none.
Lindback wins
And
his
the
first game of
Predators
the year
are heading for game 2
by
to tie the series.
17 Oilers shots.
Definitely not
The
enough for Edmonton,
Predators.
but you have to give credit to Nashville. They came
was
out with the plan
6-5.
early on, and even though they got down by a goal, the first time all year they've come back after losing after the first period, had a much better second period, which they outshot Edmonton 16-7, carried it over to the third period. And they were the hungrier team for the final 40 minutes of this game, and they pull it out. First win for Anders Lindback in net for the Nashville Predators. And a big one to stop that 4-game losing streak that they were on.
6 points. 13, Nick Spaulding as the winning goal in the third period. The Predators beat the Oilers 2-1 for the first time this season.
6-5.
Give it to Gene.
The Stanley Cup
as the winning goal in the
Western
third period.
Conference
The
Finals.
Predators beat the Oilers 2-1 for the first
Game
time this
2.
season. As we give it to Gene for our first time this season. As we give it to Gene for our
3 stars brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada. It is Ryan Suder, who is our #1 star this year.
Our number one
assist on the Shane Weber goal, and as usual,
4
logged
assists
a lot of ice time.
and 2
for the
goals.
Nashville Predators. It was a strong effort.
One away
to
to look for a hat trick.
Abby Bullen, despite the fact he was the losing goaltender. He is the #2 star, and it is Jordan Tutu with a point, but also the fact that he started to mix up in period 2 to make a difference as we round out our first, second, and third star this evening.
Telus Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Telus, the future is friendly. By Molson Canadian, made from Canada. By Ford, Drywall. By the Rexall family of pharmacies. By ATB Financial, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. And by Synovus Energy, new ideas, new approaches.
Well, Nikolai Abby Bullen was hoping...